As part of my off season, I have made it a goal to see if I can find a career in the music industry. The music industry being companies like Spotify, Apple Music, Suno. Over the weeks, I've been trying to get networking calls with certain people, and I actually managed to get 2 networking calls with 2 people who actually worked at Splice. I'm going to share you 3 things that I learned from that call on how to make it in the music industry. Let me preface, when I say making it in the music industry, I don't mean a record deal or a producer deal in which I'm producing for people. I mean more of a traditional job, so a marketer, A&R, positions like that. What's up? It's your boy Michael, and this is my journey from being a good producer to a great producer and finding a career in music. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to follow me on my journey, and hopefully it can help you too. So to give you some backstory on basically how this journey has started, to begin with, I didn't really know where to start. I was kind of confused because where I live right now, there's not a lot of opportunities in which I can find a traditional job in music, because the city is more focused on things that don't really pertain to art as much. There's an art scene for sure, but it's just not as prevalent as other places. So yeah, I was kind of stumped on where I could begin. So as any person who would be looking for a traditional job, I looked at the one place that I know, LinkedIn. And so I began to make an admission to connect with people. And if I'm being completely honest, I had a lot of failure. There is so many people out there who just don't answer. I thought I'd find a lot of success and a lot of people would want to share their thoughts with me on how the industry works and how to get into there. But I realized that there's not a lot of people like that. Like, I've had people who just did not answer. I have many invitations right now that are just pending. I don't know if they didn't see it. I don't know if they saw it and were just like, hey, I don't like this guy. I don't like his energy. I'm just not going to answer. And I had people who accepted the invitation, but they didn't answer the question that I had, which was basically asking them for a 15-minute chat, a brief chat. So that was kind of frustrating. But even though I was met with a lot of failure, I still decided to continue because I realized that this is pretty much sales, and 80% of people are probably not going to listen to what you want to say or really listen to your pitch, but there's going to be 20% of people who actually do listen and actually want to help you and actually respond to you. And eventually I found 2 people from Splice who were willing to get on a call with me and answer some of the questions I had about working in the music tech industry. I'm gonna share 3 things that I learned from those calls. First thing I learned: to thrive at Splice, you need to have a passion for music. You need to be a passionate user, and you also need to know the people who are buying the product. So let's say you are a great marketer. If you really want to thrive at a place like Splice, being a good marketer is just gonna take you so far. You need to actually be a user of the product. You need to be passionate about music in some sort of way, and you need to be a representative of the community and show that you're a representative of the community. That's really important. That's something that I'm definitely going to keep in mind, because I think that's something that I want to show more of. I have a clear passion for music and that I am a obvious user, but I don't think I show that I am part of the community as much, and I need to do that a lot more. And I think that with that eventually I will find a career. I think that if you follow that, you'll eventually find a career in the music industry as well. And that's a perfect segue into my second point. It takes more than just a resume to get into this industry. You need to have a portfolio of work, demonstrating that you are part of the community. Having a resume with experience definitely helps you, but in terms of music, you need to show more than that to get into this industry. You need to clearly show that you're part of this community. You can do that by showing you're producing on Instagram, TikTok, on YouTube even. On top of that, you should network with people. You need to remember that it's not what you know, but it's who you know. So it's really important to get out there and to learn to network and to find people in that industry and ask them how to get into that industry. And maybe they can help you find a job, or maybe they can give you superb advice on how to get there. That's super important. That's super vital. You can't get anywhere without networking, and you always need help in order to get there. Third point, and this is specifically for the music tech space. I don't know for other aspects of the music industry, but this is what I was told for the music tech space specifically, and that it's basically a lot of jobs are remote. And I think that's so eye-opening to me, because I figured that in order to get to a place like that, I'd have to maybe move to a different place, because getting to that place from here just seems very outlandish. But the fact is, that's not true. I can literally achieve what I want to achieve while still being here, which is kind of great, because I don't know about moving to America. I'm Canadian, by the way, so I don't know about moving to America, especially with what's going on there. Yeah, it's not looking good, bro. But that's really great to know. I'm glad that achieving something like that isn't too far-fetched for somebody like me, who doesn't really have the same opportunities compared to somebody who lives in America, where a company like that might just be a drive away. So yeah, those are the 3 points I have for you. you. First, have a passion for music, know your product, know the people who use that product, that community. Second, show that you are part of that community and network with people in that industry. And third, know that you don't have to move cities or countries in order to get the job that you want in terms of the music tech industry. There are a lot of remote-based jobs where you are not required to move. So look for those if you're really not trying to move from the situation that you're in right now. So yeah, right now I'm currently just focusing on networking with people who work for different companies in the music industry. If you have a company that you want to suggest, go for it. Right now I am focused on Suno, which I'm kind of iffy about because the whole AI producing thing, I don't know. I feel torn about it. At one point I understand that, hey, you can't resist change and this is what the world is leaning to. And I understand that, but at the same time as a producer, it's kind of just like, I don't want to do that. I feel like I'm betraying my people in some sort of way. But we're doing it right now. I sent 3 people messages a day or 2 ago, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, till next time, please like, subscribe, comment, and peace.